there should actually no, but that is to do with 1916.
Yes.
Yeah, but the idea was as well that because it was an independent state and it was the radio station, that the radio station should be broadcast from the GPO where the independence of the country had started. And in 1945, which was an interesting point, when De Valera replied to Churchill, they broadcast down the grounds of what was the Oris. There was a saddle room in the Oris, a leather-lined room, with the quality of sound was much higher than the broadcast time. And the room had been constructed in case there was an invasion in the Second World War, so he would have broadcast from that room in the event of an invasion. So he wanted the good sound quality for the repair. But he was smuggled down to the GPO, and you'll notice in the contemporary photographs there's a large crowd clapping him outside the GPO after dealing with Churchill. But of course that's a propaganda stroke, because he in fact made the broadcast
It wasn't made from here,
but he walked out of the GPO
as if he
did it.
I don't believe this.
But the whole
here we are.
No. This is 21 Henry Street.
Oh, there's a plaque here.
Just about. It's acquired in 1916-21. So this building was burnt out with facades and this was the home of the Wise Powers. Jenny Wise Power. His son is on our committee.
Stand in
so,
there.
this is another very, very
Can you turn around?
This is a private residence.
It was. God knows what it's like.
They had a restaurant. Like Jenny was, she was in the Ladies' Land League, and she was in the Dublin Women's Suffrage Association. She was good old guardian, and she was a founder of Sinn Féin with Griffith, and the vice president later. Sinn Féin was the only organisation at that time that allowed women in on an equal basis. And then she was first president of Cumann and Mon. And he was founder of the Gaelic League, and he was a member of the IRB. And after signed a proclamation here in their restaurant. The Wise Powers fed the insurgents as well during the rising.
Oh, really?
And she went on, she was in the corporation, and she was a senator until there were 3 very anti-women bills in the 1920s. And she withdrew in the 30s and died in 41. Most extraordinary woman.
And a founder member of Cumann and Mon, wasn't she? She attended the meeting in Winds.
She was the first president of Cumann and Mon, yeah.
I think in fact, you're right. And I think in the early 20s, she was a Cumann and Gael senator, funnily enough.
Yes.
And I think she was one of the 3. There was another called Colonel Morris Moore who started the volunteers. And when Fianna Fáil went to the Dáil in 1926, they switched their allegiance in the Senate. They got 2 or 3 senators by defection.
They weren't natural Cumann and Gaelers.
No.
One of the points.
See, I think a lot of the people who supported it, some people supported the treaty because they didn't see there was any other option. But I think once Steph went in, they started moving again. That's right.
One of the points we make about why we start here effectively is, though this isn't, though the proclamation signed here in the first floor, this obviously isn't the building that the leaders met in because it was destroyed in 16. But what makes number 16 Moore Street so significant in our view is it's actually the actual building where 5 of the leaders we know they actually met.
There is no Liberty Hall, presumably.
But that's gone too. The GPO is no longer the building they met in. And what's unique about 16 is, and in fact more than just 16 other buildings along the terrace as well, is we know they occupied that space, that you can walk into the actual room.
It's the only part of the geography of the 1916 Rising that is existing. Jacob's factory is gone, Marrowbone Lane Distillery is gone, Liberty Hall is gone,
Bowden's Mills is
gone. They're all gone.
That's a list of
Jacob's
what we
gone.
refer to as the lost links. All those buildings have disappeared. So there's very little left.
But St William House was kind of restored. Kind of.
No, that's terrace is gone.
Huge modern block on it.
Larkfield House was connected with Plunkett's, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's where the Kimmage garrison was.
There was a kind of a swap done between the military and the corporation, and the military gave Larkfield, without consulting the Plunketts, they gave it to the corporation who demolished it, and it's now built by all corporation housings, you know. Superquin, and yeah, but it's the land around is 120 acres.
When you read through it.
Yeah.
Where was Tom Clark's shop? Parnell Street? You see it on the way down.
At the corner of Parnell of Calbrew Street and O'Connell Street.
Oh, it's at O'Connell Street.
O'Connell Street, Parnell Street.
That's where
Parnell Street, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Corner of Parnell. If you stand at Parnell Monument, it's on your left.
And is Burgess's shop still there?
Burgess's?
Carl Brewer.
Yeah, the shop, the family business.
No.
No.
Enough to know.
We'll just go on the evacuation route.
Magazine part.